welcome to Roll Call. And today we are doing things like playing games whose name of the systems that I totally remember and was not going to say werewolf. I was going to say vampire. Vampire the Masquerade. That's what we do here. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh shit, I guess I should get rid of this werewolf character sheet then.
God. Throw it in the trash, man. Wrong game. Thank you everybody so much for joining us. We are having a little bit of a chaotic time as the storyteller forgot the name of the game that we're playing today. But while that's going on, Eris, could you please introduce yourself, tell us who you are and what you do and the things that you like?
Yes, it is I, Eris Von Jabberwock, heir of the Jabberwock name. I'm a horse girl Josama, likes to stream anything she fancies, and you can find me over at Twitch at Eris Von Jabberwock, or on Twitter at Eriwok, and I play the group Simitsi and it.
Very nice. Fen!
Good morning and evening. I'm Fenwick Alcester, the Demon Moose. You can find me on Twitch at Fenwick Alcester and Twitter at Fenwick Alcester. I will be playing an awful lot more Civ 6 now that I have a computer that can actually run it and, not die when I hit end turn. Woo!
Yay!
I am playing one of the coteries, Malkavians, Lucian.
All right. Next up on the list is Junie.
I am Junie Von Esch. I am the other Malkavian, and I am playing Erin. You can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet because that's where I live.
It's true. She lives on the internet. I'm pretty sure that she's got her own lore sheet about it. Next up will be Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I play the Salubri, also the adopted Torador. You can follow me on TikTok at k.k.novak. I've been posting segments on some of my writing. I was lazy this week, but last week, but this week I will put in some more stuff. If I can, since Kerrick's not here, can I plug in his?
Oh, absolutely. Please.
Media?
Please.
Kerrick is not here at this time, but if you guys want to see some amazing model painting, check on Instagram, Kerrick_the_painter. He posts almost every day, and his work is fantastic.
All right.
That's it.
Star.
Hi, I'm Star the Shimmer, Crown Princess to the Crystal Kingdom. I am a unicorn princess VTuber. I play a lot of whatever. Yeah, I don't really have a niche. I just play whatever. You can find me at twitch.tv/Stardust_Shimmer. And not playing horror games. Never horror games. Never again. You can also find me at Twitter at twitter.com/Stardust_Shimmer. And you can also find me here on Fridays at 8:30 p.m. or EST, where I play Teresa. But right now I am playing Liliana, the actual Torador.
All right. And Zeus.
Hi there, I'm Zeus. I'm one of the storytellers over on Cajun Nights, where I specialize in Mage and Changeling. Additionally, you can catch me on the RPG table on Saturday nights. Of course, we're on break for the moment as we move some things around, but those are the places you can find me right now.
All right. And I'm Psymerc. You can catch me right here every Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I play the sad boy wizard. You can also catch me on the RPG table. We will be on hiatus for about a month, but we will see you guys after that. And just as a reminder, so all of my audience know, we will not be having this game for the next 2 weeks. One, because life stuff. The other, because insert blank convention name here, Gen Con. So yes, for the next 2 weeks we will not have game.
Say hi.
Yes. So if you are going to Gen Con and you want to meet up or hang out or get shit faced and trash talk ttrpgs and stuff, let me know.
Pictures and autographs.
No, don't do that. I don't do that. I do that to other people.
If someone legitimately does that, I tell me, and I will what do you want? Like,
Right.
Name your price.
I'm not
sir.
trying to.
Or
Yeah, I'm not
them,
trying
or
to
them.
bribe someone into doing it, but that's exactly what I'm doing.
Hey, I'm a big fan of what you do when you inspire me. And can I get a selfie?
No.
Damn.
Here, but you can have this piece of lint in my pocket. Ah, fine.
I will sell this on eBay for
Oh, see, I
$5
was gonna
million.
say, I frame it on the wall.
You add it to your like lint collection in the closet, like some real like Hey Arnold shit. Like
Some various minor
Got this
TTRPG.
from Jimmy Buffett. Got this from.
all right. So as we catch back on up from last Sunday night, as some of you may or may not know, last Sunday there was a bit of an interesting revelation that some of the coterie members kind of realized over the course of the week, and maybe an SPC also as well. Over the course of the week, Aaron, of course, has been unpacking at the new place, getting everything set up, the new surveillance. Also been spending some time working with Rini and Lily and continuing to try to track down information on Annette's mystery stalker. For Annette, you have sent some messages out. You have not yet received anything back on those, but they have been
Okay.
sent. For the majority of the week, though, you return to your new post as keeper, kind of learning the ropes of things and figuring out, what the hell are you supposed to be doing here anyway?
Figure out what particular spots I can stand and not be seen, but still get my job done.
Exactly. Some people had some talks with their grandsires. I'm looking at you, Liliana. Had a conversation with your grandsire, had a little chatty chat with maybe a seneschal of sorts. And basically just, spent some time making some conversations with other people, as well as doing some general training. For Lucian, you've been out. Been out and about.
I've been out and about and not doing anything. Absolutely not whatsoever.
Absolutely not whatsoever. No out and aboutness at all. Meanwhile, there was a little bit of a conversation that was held between the newest addition to the group and his sire, the sheriff. And following up on this conversation, as we all wake up, I would like everybody to give rouse checks, please.
Rouse check.
8.
I'm good.
Sorry, I had to step away.
All good.
The moment I succeed on a rouse check is the moment that I will be right with the world.
Sorry, everyone. I'm blanking. Can someone remind me what the rouse check is? Like how many dice?
Roll one
Right.
dice and then tell me whether you pass or fail.
1d10.
Got it.
Passed.
Fail.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Raise your hand if you have been personally victimized by your hunger dice today.
I can't raise my hands.
Oh,
Not
just
yet.
okay. All right. So Rini, you wake up a little bit hungry. But prior to that, Zeus, where would Zachariah be?
Zechariah would have extended an invitation to Rini to meet with him at Elysium to have a small conversation with him and Chester.
Is that before or after Aaron can jump in?
He would have just extended an invitation.
Oh no, I mean at the house before she has to bolt to get to that meeting.
Let's put it
That's
this way: he sent the invitation to Rini.
Okay.
Whether
Yeah.
or not Rini tells anybody else about it is on Rini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's fair because Aaron wants to jump into that really quick before she leaves the house.
Everyone wants to have a
There might have
talk.
been competition. You're a hot commodity.
Oh no. All right. Oh, I guess it's my turn.
Would this be like
That's
would
it?
this be like a text or like a phone call or like an in-person invite?
Or is it a letter?
I think he leaves a sealed envelope, like somewhere public, addressed to Rini, like probably on like the kitchen counter, somewhere where he suspects she might end up at some point.
Okay. Well, Rini will see the letter and she will read it in the kitchen while waiting for everybody else to get up.
All right. And the others arise from their late day slumber. All except for, I believe, one. Lucian, if I'm correct, you're not at the house.
Lucian would not be at the house. That is correct.
Got it. But the other three of you are.
Yeah, everyone except Aaron, and Aaron likely has not disclosed as such. Everyone except Aaron basically hasn't seen Lucian in a week.
A little concerned.
Yeah, everyone go to the kitchen to turn on coffee.
I will climb out of my nest, get dressed, put my hair into little to twin tails, and step outside.
Oh, good morning, Aaron.
Good morning. You got time for a chat at some point this morning?
Yeah. I do.
Cool. Does Annette come? Or is it still walking?
Hasn't
I guess
Annette
I'd be
entered the
like
kitchen?
I'd be like heading down.
So the two of you can hear light footsteps on the stairs.
Cool. I don't know how. She hears the footsteps. She's like, I don't know if you want this public or private.
Is it a personal conversation?
You could say that. You're not in trouble. More in fact, I want to make sure I got you. Is my point.
Is it about what happened last Sunday?
Between the two that like did massive zoom flare lenses at each other before Lucia and I stood up?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not in trouble.
Can we have this conversation in private?
Okay. She'll lead her to Aaron's office.
All right.
Was I able to like glean any of like, or they like?
Give me what's awareness.
Okay.
No, Rini knows that Lucian and Aaron knows. Right?
You can figure they think they know something's up based off their responses. Yeah.
3 successes.
With the 3 successes, as you're coming down the stairs, you can smell the coffee pot being put on. You know that that's just something that Aaron likes to do because, man, that coffee aroma is just wonderful first thing in the evening. I know I'm not wrong. But also, you can hear some quiet whispers coming from the kitchen. You don't necessarily catch every word or everything like that, but you can tell that it sounds like it's Rini and Aaron.
Okay. Well, that was a little bizarre. I'll just walk and sit at the table.
All right. So while you're sitting at the table, Rini and Aaron, you guys go into Aaron's office.
Okay.
She closes the door and walks away from the door, more into the room. And it's, 2 desks because Rini works in there too. And there's just a lot of boxes and shit she hasn't unpacked yet. And she goes into a really quiet tone. I saw those 2 locking eyes. And I spoke with a couple clanmates. You good? What am I going to ask you?
What do you mean good?
We want to protect you. We want to make sure you're okay. Hate asking this because I don't want to know, but I do want to know, but I don't want to know, but I want to protect you because you are a special person and a very cool person. Okay? Are you Salubri?
Rini goes quiet for a moment, and then she shakily
I
takes
got your
her
back.
hat off, and just a little bit enough to show the eye.
Fuck me. Okay, you're in my house. I got your back. I've already talked about I want to turn around and get you into a good defense so you can protect yourself. But I want to make sure you're good.
I didn't want to lie. It's just
No, you didn't lie to me. You didn't say, you didn't. I'm telling you did nothing wrong, okay? I'm reassuring you. I clocked locks. I clocked looks. I wasn't the only one who did it. My question is do you want the rest of the coterie to know?
I don't want to lie, and I don't want to people thinking what I'm not.
You
I don't
didn't
want you
lie.
guys. I don't want you guys to get in trouble.
You're not gonna
I was just gonna
Wait.
be here just for a little bit.
come here. Aaron will give her a hug because we all know how much Aaron loves hugs.
Oh, Aaron loves
Ah.
huggies.
Aaron loves huggies.
I'd rather beat somebody with a bat, but that's fine. Look,
Yeah.
come here. She'll give her a hug and go, I'm asking you because you're a friend of mine. You live in my house. You're my family. I'm here to protect. So this is not a problem. To me, this is my house. Now, do you want the rest of the coterie to know to help you and to protect you, or do you want just myself and those that have figured things out? This is your choice. It's your truth.
I think for right now, the ones who figured it out, it's just hard to decide who to know.
Pretend to breathe again. Cool. Uh-huh. You didn't lie. You're not in trouble. Tell me, say you didn't lie.
I
and you're not in
didn't
trouble.
lie. I'm not in trouble for right now.
I didn't say for right now, did I?
There's
forget
there's more.
Okay, what's more?
I ran away from a group of intruders.
Okay. Bastards for keeping you. Okay.
So I don't know if they know I'm here, but I left them. Well, I ran away. I left, but I ran away and I didn't come back.
Okay. I got your back. You are always welcome. You are part of this coterie. Part of the family, okay?
Okay.
Now, do you got plans today? Do I need to drop you anywhere you're going to drive? Or take a ride on your own?
Rini holds out the invitation. Zachariah invited me to have a talk with him and Chester. I don't want to go.
Okay. Well, that's your right. You can also politely decline, or if you want to have this conversation here, can do it in this office. They've extended you a talk. I'm assuming it's the locked eye glance that we saw last Sunday. What would you like to do?
I don't know.
Okay.
I usually
Take a
just
breath.
run.
Okay. Well, you've got a family here that will protect you. You got a family here that'll take care of you. I'm sure if Annette finds out, I've seen a Zemitzi. I know how they fight. They probably will run these people over with their car. Don't ask me what Lucian will do because I've heard he's got a moose rack that's like huge, and he'll just go run and run toward and charge people. Okay, tell me I'm wrong.
Not wrong.
Thank you. I mean-
I do
Go on,
want Cassius to know, but he's not in right now.
honey. It's okay. You two are, smooch fest mates or friends or girlfriend, boyfriend. If you're dating, awesome. If you're not, and you're just friends, cool. But this is a time where you got to decide your fate. You don't have to run anymore. I mean, can you imagine if they pissed off Liliana? She'd just jump right in that fucking car and just go with that and then claim insurance. It's because they damaged her. I've got baseball bats. Oh, I know that Tremere will totally decimate me, but that's not the point. A baseball bat's a baseball bat is a baseball bat that just goes crack.
I just don't want him to think that you are, like, I guess, involved.
You were involved the moment you walked in my door, but I took you in. We took you in as family. We keep you and teach you like family. And I was told to make sure I provided a bed and help you through things. I have done exactly that. This is something that is a secret, and I understand and I respect it. That's why I asked you if you want me to talk out there or you want to talk in here. I'm sure they want to talk to you. So we can do this one of a couple ways. You can go there alone, which I understand is very incredibly terrifying. You can pick Kerrick or me or somebody else that wants to go with you to give you some strength. Or I will open up and attempt to unpack this room very quickly to provide you an office space that if you want home turf, you got home turf. I understand why they did in Elysium, because it's safe for you to enter and leave.
And can you come with me?
I'll come with you. I will. I'll just like menacing with baseball bats. And I'll just go, huh, guys? Hello. That just brings all the Tremere to the yard. I mean, see my pigwoods twirl. They'll totally just love it, and Chester will just write me off for the rest of my life. This is fine. Hi, I'm apparently Pride and Prejudice, and I'm Elizabeth Bennet, and I'm just Pippi Longstocking too. You okay now?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't tell anyone I hug.
I won't. I would say I hugged you.
That's fair. I hug. She'll give Reading a longer hug and go, all right.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask if you can have a +1 for your peace of mind?
Okay.
I don't think they'll mind.
Rainey has his number, right? Yeah. Rainey just takes the phone and her old ass phone and do the texting. And it's like ask if everything. And she can bring someone along with her.
If you so desire, though it is about rather personal matters. If they don't already know, I would suggest leaving them behind.
I feel more comfortable if I have somebody with me.
Are you certain they already know about the matter I'm certain you've pieced together that we wish to speak?
Rainey looks at Aaron. It's like, yes.
Excellent. Then if that would make you more comfortable, I'm happy to have them along.
Okay.
Do you want everyone to figure it on their own? Or for now?
What do you think would be good right now?
Well, we have the Keeper of Elysium with us. I think she does need to know at least.
Oh, okay.
Deep breath. Pretend when you were alive, man. Was it that long ago?
I don't remember. But I was alive.
We'll work on that. All right.
Okay.
I'll peek out and see if Erin will kind of peek out and see if Annette's out.
During your two conversation, I was just kind of sitting down there, tapping my finger on the table, kind of like anxiously before just I get up and walk back upstairs, heading towards Lily's room.
You would hear Lily from the top of the stairs. Hey, did anybody see my Tom Ford eyeliner? It's really expensive. If anybody finds it, can you get it for me? Thank you. Can you bring it
Turn around,
back?
Annette. Turn around now.
It was like $70. Damn. Okay. You know what? It's fine. Okay.
As I'm coming up the
Glass was
stairs
higher.
and lock eyes
Oh.
with Lily, you see the glare in my eyes. I grab your hand and walk you back down the hall.
Oh, what?
Who
Okay.
the hell's Tom
What?
Ford?
Damn it.
I'm not sure.
And she'll go, well, and I went back upstairs.
Okay.
Coffee?
I don't mind having a smell.
Yeah, that's all I do is I brew the cup and I
Yeah.
smell it until it gets cold.
Yeah.
And then Erin will go and make coffee.
All right. So as Aaron's making more coffee for the smelling, as somebody's getting dragged down the hall, where would Lucian be right now?
Lucian would be in a random NOS, communal NOS haven somewhere.
Do not do any locations.
Right. So Lucian is in Nos hole number 1.
Yeah, basically.
Got it. Annette, are you doing anything as you're dragging Liliana down the hall?
Just heading to probably my room and, like, under my breath, saying to Lily, "We need to talk."
Okay.
Combos everywhere.
Just awkwardly find a place to sit amidst the mess of dresses and lace and all that. What do you want to talk about?
I close my door and walk to, like, the center of the room.
Can I gauge your vibe? Can I gauge, like, can I get, like, a vibe check going?
You could visibly tell that I'm more, like, frustrated and anxious than my usual, like, antisocialness.
You good?
Perhaps it's the stress of this changing lifestyle of mine, but there's been something on my mind lately that I can't quite shake.
And that is
It's you. What are you getting up to?
me.
Hey, yo.
You're gonna have to be a bit more specific. Which thing are you referring to?
Your friends on the other side, as it were.
Oh. Well, I mean, I haven't been in contact with them for like a few weeks, so
Really? You seemed quite chummy with them back then.
yeah, I mean, that was like 3-4 weeks ago.
Hmm.
Look,
Go on.
you're asking me what I'm doing, and To be quite honest, I have no fucking clue. And that's the truth. I really don't. There's no grand plan, there's no scheming, there's no fucky wucky shit going on. I am just following my gut.
Can
And
I
that's
like can I like insight this? What's like to tell like if you are blowing it at your ass or not?
Storyteller?
You could do wits and insight.
Okay.
What would I roll to like either lie or not lie?
If you're lying, then manipulation subterfuge.
If I'm not lying.
If you're not lying, then charisma and persuasion.
Okay.
2 successes.
1, 2.
Just what to say, oh boy, there's the charisma dice going.
1, 2, 3, 4, and then add looks.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I like good shit. Okay. That's like a crit.
Crit more than 2.
Crit 7. Crit 7.
Ooh, I don't know. Crit 7-2. It's pretty tight. It's pretty tight.
Right? I mean, I seem pretty honest. I seem pretty honest.
She seems. I would say this. She seems like she's putting forth this like genuine reaction to this conversation.
Mm.
I mean, I just had like between you, not between you and me. I just had a talk like today, this week with like the Seneschal. We like went out. We got tapas. Like, did you know that we could like actually eat things? I
Well,
didn't know that.
Not
I
all of
didn't know
us.
that. No, I mean, if you like, I mean, you have to like, let it out afterwards, but like you can eat things, you can taste things. That's so it's great.
I understand what you mean. I had to acquire such a thing to make some of my shoots more believable, especially in more social gatherings. That's not the point right now, though.
We should go for tapas.
Lily,
Yeah.
you really don't know. You really did not have any sort of
No,
motive.
I have no plan, no motive. I guess you could say I'm feeling the waters. I'm feeling the waters.
Has your new positions in the Camarilla maybe have solidified them as the choice in your mind?
I don't know. I mean, I am leaning more Cam, if that's what you mean. I mean, I just got this cushy job and well, not cushy because we kind of got to put our little lives at risk. But other than that, I feel like I'm finally getting somewhere. I mean, I made friends with the goddamn Seneschal. That's good, right?
That is quite impressive for someone in their youth.
And we like got together pretty well, and like it was just a vibe. How How are things being a keeper going? I mean, I know you kind of want to, keep to yourself and stuff, but
Think of it something like someone who's spent a majority of their unlife performing a job on the internet, now suddenly having to be out and about in the working force. It's different,
quite a change.
quite so. I particularly find this rich that someone like me is having a talk with you about your allegiances. Before, I couldn't care less about what happened to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Why do you give a shit about me? I mean, you could very well, in hindsight, brought you to a gathering that I probably shouldn't have, and then you didn't rat me out. That was well, I was hoping you didn't, but I mean, I was hoping you weren't going to, and then you actually didn't, and then it got like, I mean, I know things got awkward for a bit, and we didn't like talk to each other for a bit, and but yeah, well, why do you give a shit about me right now?
Maybe it's through our own interactions and talks that I may have started to view you as someone I'm close to. As a friend.
I'm flattered. I also view you as a friend.
Though I must warn you about what certain relationships with this Smoothie might entail.
I do I know what she's talking about? uh was this like a history? No, not a history check. Uh what would this be?
You would have probably been given the lowdown on what certain things the different clans can do, and their a little brief history on the clans. Um,
Yeah.
so you would kind of know that the Samisi have interesting abilities, especially their take on Protean, and their
Yeah, from
vicissitude.
what I've seen.
But also that their history is a little tempestuous, especially regarding the Camarilla.
Right. Yeah, you guys' nicknames are what the dragons?
Yes, that's what we're known for. That's what we're called. I quite like the title.
It's it's fitting. I, gesture to your layer of dresses. Your hoard, as it were.
My treasure.
Right. Yeah. Uh I mean, I got no issues with that.
And that is why I find you
Weird?
pleasing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
As this conversation's going on upstairs, Aaron, you take a quick look around the living room, having heard something about eyeliner. And
Tom Ford eyeliner.
something about Tom
$70.
Ford or eyeliner, something about $70. And using scan the room, you take a quick peek around, and you do happen to see a tube of eyeliner sitting smack in the middle of the couch cushions. Not like shoved in, but like sort of resting between the couch cushions.
Rini did not clean up last night.
Who wants this Ford eyeliner thingy?
Oh, I think that's Liliana's.
Oh, she said it loud enough for people to hear upstairs.
Oh, shit. I'll be right there. Was that all you wanted to talk to me about, or?
Just go.
Okay. I'll. Okay. All right. Bye. I mean, not bye, but fuck. Yeah. And I just walk out sheepishly.
Aaron will go upstairs and kind of be like, this is yours?
Oh yeah. Thanks. It
It
must
was
have
in the-
gotten weird in the move.
It was in the cushions
Oh.
downstairs.
Yeah. Open. Cap open. Not open.
It was not open.
Okay. Good. Thank you.
Sure. And she'll walk over to Annette's room and knock on the door.
What is it?
Can I talk to you?
I walk over to the door and open it. Yes.
Can you come down to the office, please?
What for?
You have to know something.
All right. Lead the way.
She will lead the way to her office, and she will motion Rini to come on in.
Rini enters the office again.
Closing the door. And I want to apologize first for... I wanted to get permission before I said something. This is personal to Rini, so I'm sure you understand. I do apologize if you felt we were ignoring you this morning.
It's not anything I'm not already used to. So, what is it?
Again, I apologize. Rini, would you like to?
I'm a celebrity.
Oh,
People are finding out. Or guessing. Or something.
I messed up last week. But we want you to know.
I had an inkling that there was something off. Look,
I kind of found out this week, and I wanted to talk to her first before we said something. You know what I mean?
I understand. And of course, you came to the Keeper first.
We have to go to Elysium.
When do you go?
We're going as soon as we talk to you.
Zachariah and Chester wants to talk to me.
I look to Rini. Look, about this, I don't care. You are still you, whatever clan that may be.
Vampires can cry, but like if she could, you see the tear ups in her eyes.
Oh,
Is it
yes, they
Frankie?
can.
But can they
cry blood.
Can they cry or can they cry blood? Because I gotta be careful with that one.
What's your humanity?
Oh,
what's your humanity?
11, I think.
I hope your humanity's not 11. You're not
No,
dead then.
You would be.
No, it's not. No. It's not humanity. Sorry. Oh, right. The thing didn't mark up for mine.
Hold on. I'll pull it.
Hers is high because she's a salubri.
So what, 8?
I'm gonna say yeah,
That
8.
sounds right. I can double check. for
Yeah.
you.
If
I say
you
8 or
haven't
9 because I
lost,
think she gets a
Yeah.
plus.
if you
If-
if you have not lost any from stains, then you are at 8 because you're a consensualist.
Yeah, and I think she
Um,
gets
Then that's
one
real
more.
tears.
Yeah,
That's real
Okay.
You're not crying blood. You're crying real
Okay.
tears.
being careful.
That's fine. She'll just pull out a hanky. Here you go.
And then Rini dabs her eyes.
Lucia and I noticed Sunday, so that Tamir were locking eyes with each other.
Makes sense that you two were one of the first ones to ping it.
Yeah, you know us, Melks. We close ranks. You are part of the family. We do what we can. We what we can to protect you, and that's including you, Annette. So welcome to the fold.
I don't think I've ever been invited into someone's family before.
Okay, well,
There's one more
hi.
thing, though.
Oh yeah, you might. Yeah, you might want to listen to this one.
Ventures were after me. Not these in the city, but another ones. I ran away from them.
So more adventure.
I don't know if they're in the city, but yeah, there's some after me.
Will they have any way of knowing that this is the city that you've come to?
I usually don't stay long, so they don't. I don't think they locked in where I am yet.
I look to Aaron. So, what do you intend for all of this?
Well, like you, she's got a home here. I'm here to back her up what she needs, protect her if it needs. I'm going with her to the Elysium because who better to bring a crazy ass Melk who likes bats to the Elysium to protect? I don't mind. I'll do my job. Like I said to her, you're welcome here as a family. We protect as we can. I got her back. If you're going to stay here today, that's cool. Keep an eye on Lil, because who knows what the fuck's going to happen. As soon as we get out of this thing, I'll give you a text if we're good or not. This venture thing just came up, so guess I'm adding more protection to the house. Any recommendations?
Other than just the others knowing that you're housing a Simitsi.
I don't give a fuck. I knew what you were when you came in. It is what it is. You're just as kindred as I am. She's just as kindred as I am. We're all in this kindred crazy life together. Your clan is your clan. You're living with a fucking Melk.
That is true. I primarily meant for those that get inside.
And I mean,
If
come
the
on.
Simitsi gets their hands on them.
Okay, well, consent sexual and mandatory. But other than that, I don't give a shit. You got your domain in your room. You can fill it up with whatever you make yourself happy with. That deal?
Deal.
The only thing I ask is communal places are a little bit more open and free. I will remind Lily we'll put a makeup thing to put a basket for her so she doesn't lose her eyeliner. That was weird. Why does anyone have an eyeliner on the couch? Oh well, anyhow. Just to make sure we're not losing everything, but I understand what you guys like to have and do. Respect it. Your room, you got it. No worries. We have to keep Unicorn here okay. That's my only ask. I didn't realize how Unicorn was so appropriate for you.
I kind of got scared when you called me unicorn the first time, to be honest.
You are a unicorn. Oh my god. Sorry. I got a unicorn and a dragon in my house, and you got a couple broken mirrors and a rose. It's soon to be a weird. I don't even know what the Tremere ass symbol is. It's not even a pyramid. So confused.
Isn't it some sort of square thing?
I mean, they are square. But we're gonna go get to Elysium, get this shindig over with. I'll go toe to toe with the sheriff if I have to. We gotta tell. Yes.
I may be stopping by as keeper later, but I think I'll stick around and see what Lily is getting up to.
Okay. Well, this went well.
It did.
We're off to see the Tremere, the wonderful wizard of sheriffs. I don't know. Is he a wizard? Can we call him Wizard Sheriff?
I mean, he does do magic.
Yeah, he was gonna hit me with a blood whip once. Woohoo! So exciting.
God.
Hey, I gotta laugh and smile at something.
All right.
And with that, Aaron will open up the door and thank Annette for coming in and get Rini in the truck and head to Elysium.
Fuck, where's my Louboutin man? Fucking lipstick. Really just
Flashbacks
tries
to
on-
the previous night where
Good luck, Annette.
Liliana had come back from a late night rave. Just tossed her purse just somewhere and just stuffed the contents, went all over the place before she stumbled into bed for the day.
Yeah. Fuck.
I would say Rini would usually clean up, but she hasn't yet this morning, so everything's is messy.
Valid.
I think that's why Liliana doesn't lose a lot of her stuff. Rini finds it and put it in her room. Just quietly, too.
I wonder how many designer names I can shove in here.
We could make it a whole scavenger hunt if you want.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody touched my Gucci or my Coco Chanel, okay? Those are vintage.
All right.
Oh shit, it's Sunday. Oh shit, it's Sunday.
Oh shit, it's Sunday.
Can I just quickly text my grandsire, just be like, hey, it's Sunday, you want me to come over? Or
You will
'cause she
get
did mention Sunday.
you will get a response back, just saying in a few hours.
Okay. Gotcha.
And as Aaron and Rini make their way to Elysium, we're going to shift scenes, as we're going to cut to Elysium.
Elysium.
Oh boy.
As
I'm gonna mute myself.
Zachariah, you are waiting on Chester, which is something that is kind of frequent, actually.
Mhm.
And eventually, late as usual, he does come into Elysium.
Give me your watch.
It's fine. He will hand you his watch.
He tunes it.
Thank you. You know, this wouldn't happen if they didn't keep breaking.
Perhaps don't wear your nice watches into combat. Might be.
But these things just happen. It's not like I planned for them.
Alternatively, you could just manifest a glove around it. You and I both can do that.
I know, but why waste? It just feels wrong to waste the energy on something so insignificant.
It's not a problem to replace it, but if you're going to keep being late, set a reminder on your phone.
Fair enough. And he will unlock the door to his office, and you guys will go in, and he will shut it. And just so, did you hear response?
Yes, she'll be bringing Miss Erin along for her personal comfort.
Oh, of course. That makes sense.
Certainly.
Have you learned anything?
He will flick on heightened senses hearing just so he can hear any Snoopy Toreador or anything that might be
Okay.
prancing through the halls.
You hear like some, like, just the standard sound of like some people kind of moving through the halls, but nothing that indicates that a presence is attempting to being hid. They're very like normal conversation level. And he'll just sort of, have you learned anything over the last week?
I've been paying attention to both of them. Liliana is an interesting individual for certain, though flighty and airheaded, capable with a gun. Rini took to it well as well. Not the most impressive marksmanship, but what can you expect from someone likely handling a modern firearm for not necessarily the first time, but I don't imagine it's been too recent since.
Very well.
Additionally, I've been looking into our dear Celerity White.
Oh. Good. Good. I have a feeling that as though we need to handle this,
Yes.
it's probably going to be better to just get this part out of the way and then go back
Certainly.
to dealing with that, yes.
We also need to have a conversation with Miss Annette, but this first.
Very
I
well.
do not know Miss Annette's age, but our clan's history with Clan Samitsi is not of the best lines.
Well, let's be honest, our clan's history with many clans is not of the best lines.
Yes, but it's important to express our disdain for those choices that the elders have made when it is appropriate.
That is correct.
And believed.
We should talk to her. It'll be good to talk to the keeper.
Yes,
Have a working relationship.
certainly, considering your office is here.
It's true. It's about this time that Aaron and our lovely unicorn roll up to Elysium.
You got this. If you need anything, I'm right there. I'm gonna let you talk. You take lead.
Oh,
You let
okay.
me know when you want to go. Okay. Smile. Chest up. Put your boobs out. Roll your shoulders back. You're confident. You're in charge. And you got this. So an old comedian used to say, they say tits up. Let's go.
Okay.
And she will have Rini go first. And Aaron will get the door for her like a bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
Rini's gonna go as far as she knows where to go, and then she's just going to not know where she's supposed to head after that.
You'll see a rather rough and tumble looking gentleman is there, and you know him to be Zachariah's ghoul. He helped you guys unpack, and he'll lead you to Chester's office and open the door.
Thank you.
He nods.
She enters like
Hmm?
yeah, she enters a little like on the wire side. Like very aware of stuff.
A pleasure. He'll motion for her to take a seat on, like, I imagine he has like a kind of couch type thing.
Yeah.
Thank you, but I prefer to stand.
Of course, if that would make you more comfortable. And the door will close unless... Does Erin make it obvious she's not directly going in, or is she going in?
She's going in. She's
All right.
literally right back of her right side. Like
Okay.
she's her right-hand man.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure she was actually coming in.
Yep.
Zachariah will smile. I wanted to apologize for any tension you may have caused. We merely wanted to set the air right, that we don't support the old clan's actions.
Like Rini looks very confused for a moment. So you guys are not gonna like run me out, or
We have no intention of doing such. However, It's important to note we do not speak for every member of our clan. Secrecy is still important with your kind, as some Tremere still harbor resentments taught by their sires and their grandsires and their grand-grandsires.
Aware how dangerous you guys are to me. I just fucked up earlier. That's all.
You're fine. We honestly appreciate you letting us know so that we can be forthright and honest with you. If it would make your stay more comfortable, we intended to, with your permission, speak with Prince Adrian to grant you clear passage so that no one may lay a hand on you. If that would be absolutely in your interest, if you are not interested in that, utterly fine, but we wanted to extend the connection.
If the prince provide that for me, does everybody know what I am?
Not necessarily. They just know you are an individual not to be touched. And if someone happens to find out, they know not to touch.
Think about it? Is it like I have the answer now?
Of course you can take your time to think about it. We have the rest of eternity.
And forgive me for being rude, but what do you guys get out of it?
Hopefully, trust.
Trust
We aim-
for...
We aim to work with you all. And to be on good terms is enough of a benefit.
No boom?
No boom,
No blood?
no blood.
I'm sorry, it's a little bit different than I was expecting. A lot of stuff's been happening this evening. If I can just get a few moments to think about it, I will
Of
let you know
course.
really quickly.
Take your time.
Aaron puts a hand gently on Rini's back.
We're here to support you as best we can. You are a hound of the sheriff.
Okay. I am good at keeping it though. I just messed up last time.
It's okay.
You're not in trouble.
Correct.
We're having this conversation to enter into terms of transparency.
About the venture.
Okay. Oh, there's this another thing I have to say in sake of transparency. Not these ventures here, but some ventures are possibly looking for me.
I see. Well, they will be very aware that you are not to be touched.
Also, the Toradors adopted me. They don't know what I am,
I
but
was
they...
hoping you would not say that. We should probably make the Primogen aware. She has, after all, taken you into her clan without knowing what you are.
However, she looks over to Chester. It's unlikely that she didn't. Consider her abilities. She is a rose. They pick up on even the finest of details.
But what does it mean that she did it without... I
A
think
rose
it's-
appreciates beauty, hope, and innocence.
Perhaps it's still wise then to confirm.
Are you comfortable with this, Rini?
It's fine. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I don't want to get Liliana in trouble.
You won't be getting anyone in trouble. Merely we need to communicate so that should trouble be brewed due to your plan's bane, it can be handled efficaciously and appropriately. Much the same as the Nosferatu have to take precautions, it's best we have precautions in place for you.
If it helps, I only got adopted so I can have permission to feed. That's all. I didn't use any of their benefits or any of their thing to get anything.
It's
out
all
of it.
right.
You aren't in trouble.
Okay.
Chester's just looking at Aaron like...
Aaron's trying to comfort the unicorn. Aaron's
that-
doing what Aaron's got to do to make sure that Rini's okay. Fuck Chester.
No, he's just noticing that you're doing that, like...
Is there anything else we can do to make your life easier?
No, I'm fine. Aaron's been taking really good care of me.
Excellent. Let us know about Prince Adrian. We will have a word with the Toreador Primogen. Do you want to
Okay.
be there for it?
Is it required for me to be there?
No, I'm just asking since it is your secret.
If it's okay, if it's not rude, I would prefer not to right now.
Of course. We understand that and we appreciate that. He smiles. It will be okay. You are a member of the Camarilla. And the tower, despite its squabbling between elders, stands strong because we work together.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would like to tell us, or shall I go about connecting with Liliana's grandson?
Do I need to tell you if somebody feed on me?
It would be appreciated. Not necessary. But it's nice to know who knows so that we can make sure secrets don't spread where they're not supposed to.
It's just. Hold on a minute. Breaking that character for a second. Hold on. I suppose I'm trying to figure out. I knew his first name was James. I forgot his last name. James Rune. Okay. It's. Do I need pause? Okay. Okay. It's the It's adventure with James Rune. He's the one who held me captive and fed on me.
Oh, got it.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
No problem. I was wondering if I should pause for a moment.
Family, grr, real life.
Real life? What's that?
The venture that had me captive is James Rune. He would feed on me.
Excellent information. He smiles, and you can tell there is the menace of a predator about to go on the prowl.
Rini just like completely locked up very quick.
Erin will actually put her arm around, like, giving Rini that sense of she's okay.
We appreciate this information so that this heir within Clan Ventru can be dealt with. If he shows up in our domain, he will be corrected on his affairs. Did you receive your gift?
Oh, the rifle, yes. Thank you. It was really nice.
Excellent. I hope it was to your taste. I wasn't entirely certain. I thought it might be a little tacky, but
No, it was really lovely. I appreciate it. Thank you.
excellent. He smiles. It kind of comes down from that predatory. I've been looking into the white that possess celerity. I'll have a file by you shortly. He looks to Aaron.
Cool. Appreciate it.
Additionally, don't fire those rounds at anything you aren't intending to kill, Rini. They're Ralphus.
No problem.
be
I got
very
dummy
careful.
blanks. I can change them out.
I made them myself so that they could be used for white murder.
GG.
I'll be very careful. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Not a
I
problem.
have told Rini she's under my protection. Anyone comes to my house, I'm not asking questions.
Of course, it is your domain.
I'm
It is
aware
yours
of
to
this.
do.
I'm just verbally telling you.
Of course.
I protect family and everyone else in that house.
All we ask is you reserve the right of destruction for the elders.
I'll do my best not to destroy. I cannot promise what a raffle round may or may not do to somebody shot in the heart.
Accidents happen, as long as the mess is cleaned up. He smiles.
Ashes is easy to clean up. It's called a vacuum. And you throw it away,
All right.
like the trash they are.
Do you know if Miss Annette is stopping by Elysium today?
She did make mention of it when I talked to her this morning.
Excellent. We needed to have a word with her as well.
About...
History.
Oh. Yeah, I had a conversation with that too. That was fun. Good times.
He nods. Is there anything else you would like to talk about? He looks to both of them.
I'll tell you the same thing I told Rini and Annette. Clan's clan. We're all kindred. As long as you're abiding by comedial roles and you're in my house, you're fam. Take with it as you will.
I appreciate that. And he'll extend a closed fist to Aaron.
She's confused.
I think he wants to fist bump you.
Did I not do it correctly? I am a little old, but I didn't think I was that old.
How old do you think I am?
Rini just like timidly do it so you don't leave him hanging.
Thanks.
I'm significantly older than you. I'm
Apparently you're not, because you're apparently down with the kids.
I like to stay up on modern trends. It's helpful when appearing in public.
May I do this, because that's what I'm used to.
Sure.
Cool.
I was born in the 1800s, so.
Cool. I was like 40, almost 50 when I was turned. So, not used to that.
It happens.
Apparently. But anyhow, cool. You good? And she looks both to Zechariah and Chester.
Chester will just nod.
Cool. All right, we out.
All right.
Oh, she will
Nathan,
drop the report that she made for the week for that day on the table and kind of carefully take Rainy out.
Yeah, Rainy. So it's like they kind of walked out. Like Aaron can kind of feel like slightly weight leaving Rainy's legs a little bit. Like she's just kind of like, yeah.
Okay, okay. We're walking to the car.
Okay.
I need to open up the door so I can get you in. Come on.
She just opened the door.
Do you
And
want
then
ice cream?
I don't think I can eat that.
It's fine. You can smell it. Let's go.
Smell it.
So as the two of you load up into the car for ice cream bonanza,
Yes, the smell of cold cream.
we're gonna shift the scene.
yeah.
The fuck are
Don't
you
worry, I've got a
dude?
plan.
You've been on the sidelines this whole time, my dude.
Yeah.
You sit in your little Nuss hideout.
You sit and
Yeah.
nobody pays attention.
He sort of like sits up and he goes, he collects himself, sits, looks around at the definitely nobody that's left here at this particular moment. He goes, guess I should do something today. All right. Pulls out his phone, muttering to himself about fucking making everything more difficult. Text goes out to Zach, actually.
Oh boy.
And text basically says, you got a minute today?
I have several meetings, but I can squeeze you in.
Where you at?
Elysium. Is this something my sire should be present for, or he wouldn't say sire over the phone. Is this something my partner should be aware of, or should we be separated?
Pref, no.
Okay. Is there someone else you'd like to meet?
He thinks about it for a sec. And sends back the just replies with which library was it? The library that we met the Lasombra in.
Oh. Making me pull up my notes.
Wow.
I remember it was in the northern part of the city.
The Grand Central Political something library.
I think it's like a library for college because there was a lot of college students.
Yeah, it was near a small college campus.
Yeah. They were using the stacks as a certain hangout. The college students, not the Lasombra.
I mean,
Well, potentially Lasombra too. Like,
True. Rini knows they went down there, but she doesn't know what they do. She don't follow.
oh no, it was. I think it was the Anacostia neighborhood library.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's right.
right? Okay, yeah. And so he just replies, the Anacostia library, be in a back corner.
Fair enough. He'll look up to Chester. It appears one of my coterie mates would like a private conversation with me. Are you feeling comfortable enough to handle Miss Annette?
Oh, I think I can handle Miss Annette. Yes, should be fine. As he's like flipping through the reports from Aaron.
Excellent. You obviously have permission to speak on my behalf. I trust you.
Right.
As much of a mistake as that might be.
been a mistake for how long now? At least a century.
Over a century, actually. 104?
Sounds about right.
And he'll head out.
Yep. As soon as you leave Elysium, you'll get a text message. That it's from Chester, and it just says, "Grab me some new pens."
He texts back, have one of your ghouls do it. Or he wouldn't say ghouls. Have one of your employees do it.
They're busy.
Eye roll gif.
Fair enough.
He'll just postmate him some pens.
And you make your way on over to the Anacostia Neighborhood Library. As Lucian arrives there, you'll see it's pretty empty right now. But
Gotcha, okay.
as you enter, you will see, sort of from around the stacks, you'll catch a quick glimpse as she pokes her head out. Oh, I remember you.
Evening.
How are you today?
Could be better, could be worse. Yourself?
Oh, I'm fine. I was actually getting ready to go out for the evening.
Have a pleasant evening.
You as well. And you'll see she'll sort of like wrap herself in this like long shawl, throw like the hood up, and just sort of like stroll past you.
Yeah, heightened senses is up. I just want to. I want to listen for the footsteps to ensure that she's, continuing to walk as she goes. Like,
you do hear them, for at least a minute or two.
okay, good.
And not too much longer after that, Zach, you arrive at the Anacostia Library.
He'll just tell his driver to wait in the car and then head in. He'll spot Lucian in his back corner, then head over.
And Lucian will look at him and say, hey, go ahead, sit down. What do you know about, how good are you with like legal procedures and stuff like that? Making deals.
Local, less good. I can tell you about a lot of things. Depends on what you're looking at.
By saying less good, that sounds like in general you're pretty decent, just new to town. Cool, okay, great, you're my lawyer. I have to go meet some particularly annoying Ventru.
Okay.
And he will start scribbling out, like writing out in, it's not the messiest handwriting you've seen, it's legible. But no one would accuse it of being neat ever. And he scribbles out the following message, which I'm just gonna put it in the VTM general.
Okay. No one would ever accuse it of being neat.
And so he'd finish writing that out and sort of like slide it across and say, hey, as you know, I assume Zach takes it and looks it over, and as he's going, like, he just goes, so you've probably heard a bit about the whole like Ventru aspect to this that definitely doesn't exist. the sheriff is most definitely at this point convinced was just a matter of, one of their own being one of the whites.
And do you have more evidence?
Well, let's just say that, and he puts on a tone of voice that is like, I know this is absolutely 100% a lie. This is clearly a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happened, and I have never talked to this person, and I don't know who they are.
Ah. Submerge directive. Such a lovely discipline.
Yeah. It's fun. And part of the reason that I moved in with Aaron in the first place was basically because I was pretty sure, and I'm still not entirely convinced that this isn't the case, that at some point they're not going to try to just straight up remove my head.
Fair enough. Venture are particularly famous for their grudges.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to this meeting. But this time I'm not going just me too. Just myself. Like,
A reasonable choice.
it didn't work last time for no particular reason whatsoever.
I suspect they'll be less likely to employ disciplines if I'm there.
Yeah, that's exactly the idea.
Additionally, don't be afraid to use your status. Ventru respect Ventru, but they also respect the Camarilla.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is a thing, and I'm hoping but not expecting that this meeting will be the mostly resolution of it.
Fair enough.
My general position on the matter is I frankly don't really care what they have going on. I just kind of need to kill the whites.
I much agree. That's why I've been working on tracking one.
Fantastic. But yeah, so we just need the whites gone, and basically that's the message that we need to send is like, I don't want to know whatever the fuck the secret, suit conspiracy is at the time. There's always one going, and I don't want to be in it.
Do you have a ghoul?
No.
Have you considered getting one? They can set a fire for you.
Noted. Anyways, yeah. And so that's our part of the offer. That's our part of the offer. The other part of it being is that they'll probably be interested in getting stock predictions.
Are you particularly good at those?
As unreliable as any predictions are, my financial predictions seem to be pretty good.
Are you using actual skill or premonition?
Oh, I'm just kind of looking into tiny bit of skill, but mostly looking into the future and figuring out what the general hive mind thinks.
Fair enough.
It worked well a couple of times since, and yeah.
You'll see he produces his own piece of paper from a notepad. You probably suspect he keeps a lot of his notes on. I roused my int, and he's going to make some predictions of his own using the actual finance skill. Good water.
Yeah,
Good water. Tasty. So good. Hold on. I have to look up stocks. Hold on.
And Lucian,
what
Lucian
delicious.
just sits there and he goes, let's just say I saw Bitcoin coming. That was the big one, anyways.
And he'll spend a willpower on this because why not? 6 crit.
Is there any specific thing that you're looking at?
He's just gonna use like general trends to know good investments like gold, like general things that just generally appreciate,
Got
and
it.
like as well as like
Frozen orange juice.
for things that like might be like, oh yeah, this is very clearly on the rise, but most people wouldn't realize it's on the rise unless they know finance.
Got it. All right. Well, you would know that as far as things like gold, it has gone up over the last 6 months from where it was from about March. But it's seeming like it might be sort of trending back down from a spike in April and May. Stock markets.
You don't need to
do
do
stock
it.
market.
Aside, you don't need to literally.
No,
do
it needs to be legitimate.
We gotta be as realistic as possible,
Listen,
damn it.
good water.
He's really good at stuff.
Yeah, you get a pretty decent read. Comparing as you think back to the different stocks that you're looking at, you kind of sort of see the trends, the fluctuations. The stock market in the United States has been in flux for a while. I mean, especially after the fallout of the great dark time that was COVID-19. But also just the economy in general has been very shaky due to several political things. Boomers ruining the world and such and such.
If you're looking for particular investment advice, I'd suggest investing overseas. Particularly Asian markets doing quite well, I believe.
Lucian kind of writes that down and says, "Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. That's safe." Anyways, yeah, that's the gist of it. Is the goal of this meeting is to try to get things in a position where I don't feel the need to totally watch my back from the Ventru.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want a contract written up ahead of time?
No, let's just hold on to that because I genuinely have no fucking clue what she's gonna say when I walk in there.
Why not look ahead?
Well, I could.
I have a place you can get food if you need it.
Yeah, it's not. Fine. Yeah, it's fucking fun. Look ahead.
You're a Melkadian.
Yeah,
You're a seer. It's what you do.
Yeah, it's fine. Lucian will use premonition for the stupid fucking meeting.
Jesus Christ, roll
well, that's wits, right? We'll roll wits. We'll rouse wits.
Oh, actually, question for those stock positions. Can I add my business owner merit?
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm gonna need more
That's
water,
a 7.
guys.
That's a 7 crane. Just very good predictions.
Yep.
He's totally not going to manipulate the market at all with his 4 resources.
7.
Flat 7 on a premonition for the meeting with Charlie, correct?
Yep.
Okay. You focus on the letter, you focus on your previous interactions with Charlie, and as your vision sort of shifts in front of you, you get this initially very anxious feeling coming from within yourself as you're almost briefly taken back to that moment where you first met Charlie on the marina. And you can see around her is almost this aura, this... It's not dark, it's almost like a neutral gray aura. And you'll get this sense of almost like she's reaching out as she extends her hand and just looks at you and just says, I know a good deal when I see one. You'd be good for business. Let's work this out.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so yeah, Lucian's eyes glaze over for a sec. And he blank. It's just another suit deal.
Excellent. I happen to be very good at those.
Good, fantastic. I'm glad I made you my lawyer. Excellent. I'll send a reply letting her know that I would be absolutely amenable to a meeting and that I will be bringing my lawyer.
Would you like me to draft it?
Yeah, let's do that and just keep it in the back pocket until needed. Maybe not needed. Maybe, but
you'll see he pulls out his phone and just starts typing in a Google Doc. 2, 3, 4. Five successes on writing a business letter using academics.
Yeah, I mean, looks formal, looks passable.
Mhm.
Yeah. As you are doing that, as the two of you are talking, we're shift back to Aaron's home, where we have left Annette and Liliana. Liliana, who had started scrounging around trying to find the remaining parts of her makeup.
Was I successful?
You would have to give me a roll for that, please.
Okay, all
Please
right.
give me, give me wits awareness.
Wits and awareness.
makeup's so scattered you need to roll for it.
Can I use my charisma for this?
Oh boy, what are you gonna do? Seduce the makeup? Come out
Yeah, I'm gonna,
wherever
like-
you are.
I'm gonna
You know you want to
I'm
be
gonna,
back
like,
on my
smooth
face.
smooth off the makeup.
Yours is better because mine was be like really terrible. It sounds really dirty.
Look,
Annette comes out to Lily trying to smooth talk makeup.
are my present skills that great that I can convince inanimate objects
You know what?
that they want to be in my presence?
Oh boy.
No, I'm kidding. Wits and awareness. That is no successes.
Yeah, you are on the struggle bus. You know, you're like looking under the couch. You're like looking everywhere. But no matter where you think to look, you're just not finding that. You can't find that lipstick and that mascara. And I mean, it's just like it just all went somewhere, but you have no idea.
Well,
And Annette,
no
you're
use
watching
to
her
cry
like
over
search around
spilled-
for all of this.
Well, no use crying over spilled lip gloss. I'll just ask my sire to replenish it. for me. Or wait, I have money now. I can replenish it myself.
Hopefully, no one unsuspectingly finds lip gloss on the bottom of their foot or rear.
If they do, contact me.
Oh, I'm sure someone will contact you in the event.
They'll
How
know
would
it's mine
you-
because it's very expensive.
There's other means to tell that it's yours. But
What? I don't write my name on everything.
you don't need to.
You were saying?
Let's see.
How?
The lipstick is black. That is Annette's. Let's see. The lipstick is any other colors. Oh yes, that's Lily.
There we go.
It's not wrong.
Hey,
No
Annette could
problem at
also
all.
have like dark cherry. Okay, like
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair, I feel like Annette will
Like
keep
a
her stuff in
wine
the room.
red.
Yeah, Annette
What
would
was that,
also
Rainey?
keep her stuff in her room.
I'll say,
Yeah.
Annette will keep her stuff in the room.
Exactly.
Colorful, check. Bougie, check. It's not Annette's, it's Lily's, check.
Yeah.
How exactly did you get them lost so effectively?
Get what?
How do you lose your things so easily?
Oh, well, I was coming home from I think I was coming home from like a night of partying with my sire. He's really awesome. And I kind of just forgot that my bag was open, and so when I threw my bag onto the couch, it kind of went everywhere, but I was too tired to figure it out. So I, went to the bathroom and, hurled and then slept in the bathtub, and it was that night that you found me in the bathtub. Yeah, not the greatest sight, but not my greatest moment.
Well, what places haven't you checked?
Aaron's office. I'm going to check Aaron's office.
Did Erin lock her door?
Did you lock your door?
Oh, but it's just a door, and you are a very powerful kindred, are you not? It's just a door.
It's just a
Listen here,
door.
Sandy Beach, that goes bush.
But the question
delicious
is,
water.
does Lily know how to use common household items to open a locked
Do you
door?
have larceny?
No, she
No.
doesn't because her
No.
nails are too long to be able to effectively do so.
Can I use my presence to coax door open? Just you want to
Ooh.
spread your spread for me?
Just
Spread
the
your
door.
hinges.
This door is not a mimic, I'm sorry.
It's like, why don't you open nice and wide for me?
Are you open wide?
As it opens, it's just like, Daddy. No,
Just
no,
like-
The daddy or
unfortunately,
mommy.
unless you have larceny, or decent intelligence.
Now, if Annette made like a door out of people to make it like a living door, and if I tried to seduce that
that's
living
nightmares.
That is such a great idea.
I think you'd take stains for that.
Yes, absolutely.
Just
You
being
would.
in the presence of that.
Yes.
Well, Reenie's not,
Not
going to
for
that
attempting to
office anymore.
seduce a door made of people.
Oh well.
We are not in a Bahari house, sorry.
Can I
Oh,
try to recall if I saw anything like that in?
It's a whole ass side quest for me.
You
Aaron's
remember what would Aaron's office have looked like in the stages of mid unpacking?
Boxes, lots of boxes. Actually, her desk is clear. There's nothing on her desk except for the computer, the usual accoutrements for a computer, and maybe a pen, because she had to write some notes and give it to Chester. But other than that, the desk is clear. Reenie's desk is being set up, but it has the computer stuff. There is no makeup whatsoever in that office at all.
Would Lily, like, with how like the layout of the house is, would Lily even have been able to throw her bag in there just from getting inside
Not
of the house?
a fucking chance in hell. The Cubs could win the World Series prior to that thing finding its way into her office.
Sai, I'm starting to see a pattern here of side quests. Friday it was for bread. Today it's for lipstick.
That is true. That is true. Ah, it's the little things.
Right?
But Erin did say that she found the liner in between the cushions of the couch.
Oh yeah. Then I will look in between the cushions of the couch.
As you start pulling up the cushions on the couch, you do in fact start finding other pieces of your makeup.
Oh yes.
As you
Wow,
I
who would
are
have thought?
bending over looking at the couch, Annette, your phone vibrates.
I'll pull it out and take a look at it.
It's not a number you recognize.
Is it a message or like
It is a phone
voicemail
call.
like I called? Oh. Is there a voicemail?
It's actively calling.
Right, okay.
Calling him now.
Good job.
I answer it. Hello.
Congratulations. I have heard of your appointment. I'm quite pleased. As you recognize the voice of your sire.
I'm glad the message got to you. Here I was wondering if something had happened to you.
No. Don't worry. Nothing will happen to me.
That is good to know. Anvil hasn't been in town lately, so I figured I should just tell you personally about how things have been going for me here in DC.
I'm glad to hear they're going well. Better for you than for Anvil, I believe.
That is true. Has he contacted you at all lately?
Not recently. I told him not to bother unless he had something of value.
Fair.
I just wanted
Well-
to offer my congratulations on your new position. You're doing well.
Thank you.
And with that,
What?
the line disconnects.
Always so elusive. I'll put my phone back.
Was this around like my earshot?
Would you have stepped away?
I probably answered it right then and there.
What was that all about? I've got my iPhone. I mean,
Just someone I messaged about my recent promotion.
oh cool.
The one time I answer my phone without knowing the number, it turns out to be him. Did you find anything?
Yeah, I did. I got. I'm just like hold up like an armful of all these different makeup products. I think that's just about it.
I think it's rather impressive that they all managed to find their way under the couch cushions.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like threw them on there, and then I like, laid down for a bit. So as I was probably rolling onto the couch, they kind of probably fell in between the cracks, and yeah.
They fled there in fear.
Yes.
It was their last refuge.
Okay, look, I don't have Dawn's.
Is anything else missing? Because I would
think
not be
that's about
pleased to
it.
find mascara on my dress one day.
Although that would make for an interesting piece. Do you have a white dress?
You've seen me in many, and I don't like what you're insinuating.
Look, okay, one that's like maybe not your favorite if it like goes wrong.
They're
But-
all my favorite.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm sorry. No need to get all moody and testy.
Anyway, do you have any plans later?
Yeah. I'm looking at my looking at miscellaneous timepiece somewhere. I'm assuming there's a clock I can look at in like an hour. Yeah, in an hour. I'm gonna meet with my grandsire. We're gonna have a little chit chat.
I would offer my company, but I did say I was going to head to Elysium soon.
Yeah, no worries. Stay safe. Stay
You as
safe.
well. If you need anything, just message.
Same. Oh, did you want to ride there?
Sure.
It's probably on the way. It's probably on the way, right? Yeah, it's probably on the way. Yeah.
Sure. If on the way is driving past your desired location and then turning back around, sure.
Look, it's called the slingshot method.
It's you would know that your sire's haven is not too far.
Yeah.
From
well,
where
I mean, if it's not too far out of the way, I don't mind.
Since you offered, I may as well.
Okay. Let me grab my shit real quick, and then we'll be off.
All right.
There you go.
As the two of you start heading off towards Elysium and your sire's place, we're gonna zip back on over to Rini and Aaron, who have pulled up to a local ice cream parlor. It's less of a parlor really, and more of like a sort of pop-up ice cream shop. Not like a food truck, but something like that's not quite a parlor. Quite a line of people. It's a hot summer night. I mean, the ice cream's flowing.
You did okay, Randy?
Okay. I was just surprised that they offer that.
Oh, yeah. So am I. Oh, look it. There's an IKEA. I have an idea for a minute.
Okay.
God damn it.
I don't know what it is,
Hey.
but I'm here for it.
Roll for infinite IKEA.
Oh, right? I played that game before. It was horrible. God damn it.
What's the idea?
Well, I found that Tom Ford, Tom Jones, Tom whatever eyeliner in my couch.
Oh, that happens a lot.
So I am going to buy pretty nice shells and buy buckets or those nice little bins and put everyone's name on it. So as they come in to their house, they can just pick it up, throw their shit in there, put it back, and it's magically disappeared, and they can find it later.
Lovely. Would Liliana stick with it? Usually she'll just toss it everywhere, and I just find it and then put it in her room.
Rini,
Yes.
gentle love.
Yeah.
And basically say this is the house rule so that we're not stepping on anyone else's stuff and we're respecting everyone's belongings as well as the communal room. And being that she doesn't want us to, I don't know how much a Tom Ford, Tom Jones, whatever eyeliner is, apparently something like $70. I think she wants to make sure that she keeps it, knows where it's at. So we're thinking ahead.
Oh, okay.
Now, I'm going to make sure that everyone's color boxes thing is color coded to what family they belong to.
Mm-hmm.
So roses are pink, Dragon's red. You get
Mm-hmm.
purple. Alcalivian, we're gonna go with yellow. Tremere green. I don't know why. They just are because they're envious. And we're gonna work it that way.
Okay.
All right. It shouldn't take us more than about 20 minutes, and then I've already Amazoned Chester a package of purple glitter gel pens that should be arriving anytime. Thank God for anonymous, let me tell you.
Why did you send him purple glitter pens?
Did you see any pens in his office?
No, I just assumed he was just there for a few moments.
I know. The man needs pens sometime. Purple glitter
Oh.
because why not? I'm not exactly an asshole. I'm slightly a bitch, but you know what? Sandy Beach that goes whoosh is right on my scale right now. Let's go in and get shit.
Okay.
All right. As the two of you enter into IKEA, which I am totally here for, we are gonna take
I'm sure that's
we are gonna
exactly
take
why we went on.
a very quick break because I need more water. I am out of water.
Water.
How am I
This water is
supposed to look at you guys and go,
Tasty
good
water."
water, when I am out? So we'll be back in about 10, 15 minutes. Don't go anyplace, because you're not gonna want to miss what happens next.
Does it roll for
Sandy Beach
everybody?
goes whoosh.
Yay.
All
Crispy
right, be back soon.
potatoes.
And welcome back. Now that I have my water, we can go. We can get started. We can do this.
Sweet, sweet water.
Sweet, sweet water.
Tragic
As
watching.
Aaron and Rini make their way into what is known as an IKEA. And for those of you unfamiliar with an IKEA, how are you unfamiliar with an IKEA? They are a Swedish home furniture store, which several people that are near and dear to me in my life work for. So I am intimately familiar with the workings of an IKEA. Aaron, as Aaron and as Rini go into IKEA, you walk into the ground level of the store, and you'll immediately, as you walk in, you'll see an escalator that just goes one way. It just goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Yep.
in, take the
This
escalator,
is how we do it.
and you're
Oh, she will get a cart.
you'll get a cart, go up there, and you
Rini
are
just,
right
like, I think-
into the wonderful place that is IKEA, as they have their display rooms all along the top floor where you can browse through the various sections: home organization, lighting, kitchen, bedroom, beds, couches, all of the beautiful things. But that's just display. And boy, let me tell you, navigating one of these things, they're a bitch. Fortunately, there are little lit up arrows on the floor, but it's still a little tricky to navigate because it's an IKEA. Yeah, it's from 250 miles from. Yeah, they're not close together. It sucks. And
Oh, I'm sorry. Mom,
And
Sci-Fox.
as you were walking around, you will find yourselves sort of staring around, looking in like the home org section, as you get approached by a gentleman, probably in his like early 30s, maybe late 20s, kind of on that cusp there, with brown hair, glasses, a little bit of a beard, and a bright yellow shirt. As he will just walk up to you and just say, "Well, hello there. Welcome to IKEA. Anything that I can help you guys find today?"
Oh yeah, I was looking
Hello.
for a Kunin.
Oh, for a
One
Kunin.
of the, well, a Kunin, but I was trying to make it to have it hold baskets. I didn't know if you had the 3 or the 4, like the unique ones that the cumin involves and stuff. Because I wasn't really into the hodal.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, let me come on with me and we'll take a look and we'll go in, we'll see what we've got over here, and he'll lead you back into the homework section. And he'll show
Fantastic.
you as he kind of looks around, you'll see the various different types of organizers and bins and stuff like that. He will show you the Kunin. He'll also show you the Lenin art, or if you're looking for a smaller organizer, the Godmorgen. And just sort of like, discuss with you briefly the various different benefits to each one and how you can even combine some of them together because, hey, this is IKEA. Have it your way.
Exactly.
I
Wait.
have a question.
Yes.
Has Rena ever been into an IKEA before now?
Probably not.
Roll for
Okay.
IKEA.
Roll for IKEA. Please roll me composure and no, I'm just kidding. But yes,
I mean,
Rini,
I'll roll.
this is a very new experience for you. I remember my first time in IKEA. I literally walked in and said, "I think I want to get married in here." So yes, it's quite an experience for you, Rini. Just it's great.
I'm looking at all, and I'm seeing all like the bedrooms and the kitchens and stuff. So Rini, like while Erin's looking at the stuff that we need to get, she's kind of moving closer to Erin, not trying to be impolite. She's like, Erin, do people live in here?
No, they shouldn't, at least. Not that I'm aware of.
It looks like these are a lot of bedrooms and kitchens and stuff.
Oh, yeah. They're just trying to make it so that you can see all of the products as on display so that you can make a informed decision before you spend $1 billion here to try and outfit your house to make it look like, some kind of Swedish flat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nobody lives here. The employee will
Right.
just be like, nobody lives here. I know that there was that weird SCP thing going around. There is no such thing as an IKEA that has people trapped in it and they cannot escape. That's not a thing.
Yes, the endless IKEA is a folktale.
SCP?
Don't ask.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Anyway, as he continues to just go on about the organizers, very, very clearly trying to steer the conversation away from the SCP IKEA.
Yeah.
We'll go with that one. And then I need certain colors. Where do I find those? Just down there?
Yeah, you can go
Where I pick them?
downstairs to our warehouse. We should have, and he'll hand you like a little tiny pencil and like a piece of paper, and he'll write down the item number and like the where you can find it. So you're just gonna, you go downstairs, you can use the computer, you can find which bay it is, and you should be able to find it in the warehouse. They should all be generally the same section. You can find which colors you want.
Got you. Perfect. Thank you.
All right. And you guys, as you guys go, he's just have a great day. Don't forget on your way out, hit the little survey button. If you hit the green button, it'll tell us that you really enjoyed my customer service today.
Got you.
And as you guys leave, he just like, whew, another
He will
good day
find
for
it.
me, Brandon.
What was your name?
He will find that if he steps in some way, there was a $5 there was a $100 bill on the floor. Aaron may or may not have dropped for the guy as a tip, because I know they can't really tip, but still.
Let's see his wits and awareness. Hold on. What would
Come on,
be-
Brandon,
what
you can
would
do it.
Brandon's wits
Yeah,
and
come on,
awareness
Brandon.
be?
Let's go, Brandon. Let's go.
Can I give
It's
him
gonna
like
be-
an extra plus die for because I can? You can do this, Brandon.
It's
You
so
can
worth
you.
It's
He notices it, picks it up, and then goes, "Oh, ma'am, you dropped your," and like loses sight of where you went.
That's the point. Yeah.
Ma'am, pulls out his radio. Yeah, this is Brandon in the showroom. I need to. And he starts giving your description. Yeah, I've got some customer drops, and move shifting back over. You guys go downstairs into the warehouse. You will find they do have exactly what you're looking for in most colors.
That's fine. Most colors, she will to get that. She'll get a Sharpie. She'll check on her Amazon delivery. It should be delivering him in 5 minutes. And so she picks everything up. She's like, okay, we're paying for this. We're picking up some Swedish meatballs because they're fucking amazing. And then we're going home. Need anything? Or are you good?
I saw some candles I would like to have, not to light, but just to smell.
Okay, sure. Grab them.
Okay. So she just kind of like, it was like raspberry sherbet kind of smells and stuff, like ice cream flavor smells.
Just
We
fine.
technically got ice cream.
I mean, yeah, we were supposed to go out for ice cream. And she'll go to the cash register.
All right. You pay for your items, check out, grab your meatballs, and
We'll make sure she hits the green button too.
you hit the
Yep.
green button. Perfect.
For Brandon.
Perfect. Just
yeah,
for
poor
Brandon.
Brandon.
We needed it
As
too.
Reedy also hits the green button. Double score. All right.
Yeah.
And having successfully made your way through IKEA, we will shift back over to Elysium. As we do so, Annette, you are arriving at Elysium, where you will see an Amazon worker leaving a package just on the steps. I mean, it's technically after hours here at the Smithsonian, so it's not like they can take it inside. And then the Amazon driver drives off on your approach.
I will go look at the box.
Would you have addressed it to Chester? You'll see that it's addressed to Chester.
Am I able to discern the well, if it's Amazon, they don't have like a return thing, do they? Do they?
Not really, but it definitely says Amazon on the Prime on the packaging.
Like, you have that prime tape.
Well, I'm going there anyway. I pick it up and carry it with me inside.
All right. You make your way in. You'll see there's a few people milling about, but it's pretty quiet tonight. You don't see, however, somebody that you normally expect to see here. You don't see Pearl.
That's a little strange. She must have something going on. I'll just look around Elysium a bit more before... Wait, do I know that Chester wants to see me?
Nope.
Okay. Then... Well, I do have the package. I guess I should just go find him. I'll go try to find Chester.
Okay. You make your way around. You were shown where the sheriff's office was. So you managed to find your way there. His door is currently closed right now. But upon your approach, do you knock or anything?
Yeah, I'd knock.
As you're knocking, he'll just say, yes, come in. Oh. As you enter in, he'll just, well, this is convenient. I actually was hoping to discuss something with you, please. And he'll gesture at the couch.
I'll step inside and sit down. I'll show him the package. It seems someone has sent you something.
He'll, take it. Wasn't expecting anything. All right. He'll just set it on his desk for the time being, and then shut the door. And sort of move to sit, kind of across from you. And, just say, how's your first, week been as keeper?
Stressful.
Yes.
Nothing has been particularly eventful, but as you know, I'm not good with social situations.
Oh, that's something you and I have in common, actually. I just wanted to discuss a few things with you. As he's thinking to himself, how would Zach phrase this? And failing. Would say something to the effect of, as I'm sure you know, our clans have a little bit of a complicated history.
So I was told.
I just wanted to start us off on a good working relationship. We should be seeing quite a bit of each other, here at least. And since the rest of your coteries are also hounds, I just wanted to sort of approach you and discuss maybe a little bit of that history that our clans share. Because, quite frankly, I don't necessarily agree with certain things that my clan has done in the past. Particularly revolving gargoyles.
OC, how long ago did all that go down?
When was that about?
So the gargoyle things happened uh, pretty quickly after the Tremere became a thing. It was about maybe late 1500s, I think.
13.
Ah, my bad.
It's between the 12th and 13th century. I'm in a Dark Age game, sorry.
Well, I can't speak for other people of my clan. But unless you fault me personally, I couldn't care less.
Oh. Well, I've nothing to fault you for, at least for now. That's a joke. I know that some of my clan did the Samisi great wrong in that situation. And being as old as I am, I just wanted to reassure you that I had no part in such things.
That is reassuring to know.
I do hope that if there ever does arrive the need for resolution of conflict, that you and I can handle things diplomatically.
I wouldn't see why we couldn't.
Of course. I feel like I haven't gotten to know you quite as well as I know some of your other coterie members.
Well, just ask.
There's nothing to ask for now. I'm sure I'll get to know you as we work here together, but if there's anything that you need, let me know.
I would keep that in mind. And I would say further that while I am Smeaty, I am not a slave to my clan, as it were. These disciplines are for me.
He'll kind of smirk at that. Yes, I feel among the younger crowd anyway that that's becoming more and more of a prominent mindset. It's a good thing, in my opinion.
I wouldn't consider myself young, but I suppose to some I could be.
To be quite honest, I'm unsure what your age is. Although I did anticipate you being a little on the slightly older side than some of the other members of your coterie, the way you carry yourself.
If I kept track of time correctly, I believe I'm somewhere around the 206 range.
Well, at some points, time is no longer important, but it's also all we have.
Time is ever moving.
Indeed. Well, I will let you get back to the rest of your business. As I said, if you need anything, don't hesitate to ask. And he, looks at the package. Did you see who dropped this off? Was it just a delivery worker, or...
Amazon.
No. Very well. I'll leave you to it, Miss Annette.
And I will leave you to whatever it is you were doing.
apparently opening this package. As he starts opening it, just looks in the box. Your coterie member has a sense of humor.
Oh,
I'm assuming based off the purple, as he pulls out a pack of sparkly, glittery purple pens.
I feel like it's in this moment Chester gets a notification that his Postmates order is arriving.
Right. Looks at his notification. Well, I guess I'll not be needing pens for a while. Just shakes his head, shoves them in his desk drawer and shuts it.
well, I hope you don't let her generosity go to waste.
Yes, well, that would be a shame, wouldn't it? I mean, especially having, messages handwritten, signed in purple glitter would just really speak professionalism, wouldn't
Sometimes a change of pace is nice.
it? Not wrong.
With that, I'll step out of the room.
You just hear him, sigh, smuggle fucking pens. As you go back, and leave the office, and we will shift, we're going to shift back over currently, to Liliana.
I'm heading to my grandsire, who told me, hey, talk about confidential stuff next Sunday.
You arrive at your grandsire's haven, which is on the map for anybody who wants to know. There is a Zillow link for it as well. Because we classy up in here.
Classy. They're
Um,
currently occupied.
You gotta know you can't fucking afford it.
Oh,
Of
no.
course not.
I could never. I can't afford anything right now, let alone a fucking $5.5 million condo.
Oh, damn.
I thought owning property was just a myth.
Right? That doesn't exist here, guys.
From
Come
the
on.
Zemeetsi. From the Zemeetsi.
Human property.
Right?
We like a
Um,
different kind of property.
As you enter into the condo, you are escorted by a couple of your grandsire's ghouls who have been waiting for you to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
As you are taken up to the penthouse area of this condominium, and you were taken inside, this place is not lacking in luxury whatsoever. As you enter in through this very, very nice kitchen area with complete marble islands and countertops. Go past it, just on the side, you'll see this massive opening for what appears to be a vast collection of wines. And into a bit more of a formal-looking living area,
Mm-hmm.
where you will see your sire or your grandsire looking for what her position and who she is you would consider to be pretty relaxed wear. It's still very nice, but not
Obviously.
as formal.
I will muster up my modicum of respectfulness, as I am who I am, and just say good evening. Thank you for inviting me to your lovely home. It's very nice.
Thank you for coming. I'm glad we're getting the chance to talk.
Me too. I apologize if at Elysium, I said some things that I probably shouldn't have.
It's all right. I sometimes forget what it's like to be young and learning and not exactly having the support that you might need. And I've resigned myself that I need to do better in that aspect.
Well, I appreciate you for honoring one of the traditions.
Yes, well. As much as Cyrus has his good aspects, he does tend to skirt responsibility, and often.
Oh, I've heard from the seneschal about his earlier days. Sounds quite wild.
Yes, he had. He doesn't quite have. What's the right word for it? Not necessarily the mind for politics, but he doesn't have the. With Cyrus, it always seems like when it comes to the moment in the moment, he just does not exceed expectations. And I feel like you and his siring of you, but more importantly, his neglect to fulfill his duties as your sire has been one of those examples of that.
Hmm. How if I can just ask, how do you feel about him? Like general thoughts, general vibe?
He frustrates me. He could be far more than what he is. But he prefers to still live his life as if he wasn't what he is.
Hmm.
And that's frustrating.
I understand. I don't know how much you know about my previous well, my life before Unlife. But I was similar in that I kind of lived in the lap of luxury. And then somebody poured a bunch of cold, freezing water over me and brought me to reality. And so now that I've been given this second, uh, uh, I'll call it a second chance. I'm trying my best not to squander it.
I was rather pleased to hear that you had a conversation earlier this week with Elsie.
She's a very interesting person.
Indeed. Interesting is quite a word for her.
I liked her
But
vibe.
I appreciated the initiative that you showed.
Like I said before, I'm trying not to squander this second chance.
That's good. I hope that despite my seemingly cold facade, that you can understand that I truly do have what I believe to be your best intentions at heart.
Can I roll something to see if what she's saying is true?
You can roll me what's an insight, yep.
Wits and insight. Insight is nothing, so just be straight wits. A singular success.
She is a hard read. She's
Yeah.
quite stone-faced. And it's hard to get a gauge of how genuine or disingenuine her words may be.
Gotcha. No, I understand. You are the primogen after all, and you have responsibilities and things to and appearances to uphold, and I don't fault you for that. I do appreciate the time that you're taking now to meet with me and discuss things.
How have things been for you outside of the obviously dangerous situation going on with the whites?
Not bad. I think I'm using my time well. Trying to form connections. I'm quite close with the new keeper as well, so I think that's good.
Yes, I did notice that you and Miss Annette seemed pretty close at Elysium the other night.
Yeah, I don't think it was like a formal connection thing. It was more personal. Kind of like you'd call it like a vibe. Uh, our vibes connect.
You're in a somewhat unique position, being able to be so close in quarters with members of other clans, and while at times that can cause stress or discomfort or tension, it also gives you opportunities. Like you said, make connections.
Of course. Is there that brings me to one of my questions. I know I only just got to this position. But I was wondering if there was anything I could help you out with as my grandsire. If there's anything I can do to just gonna be errands to run that you don't find yourself having, the time or need to do yourself. But if there's anything I can do to help as your grandchild, let me know.
I'll keep that in mind. I think I could probably find something for you to do.
Okay.
What other questions do you have for me?
Yeah, just being candid. Like I said last week. What are your thoughts on just the general structure of the ivory tower, like the current state of things? Just curiosity.
I've often found that there is a sort of comfort in the Camarilla because we hold the tradition so tightly. it can really only benefit us in the long run. That being said, it's not as perfect as I'd like it to be. But nothing ever truly is. At least not for myself, personally.
I understand. I hope that can do things to lessen that gap.
I think that maybe with a bit more strive, things can be better. You just have to put in the effort and have the vision for it.
Yeah, I think that's a good sentiment to have. Which leads me to my final question. You do know the investigation that me and my coterie are undertaking. I was wondering if you had any thoughts on the Ventru. We found that some of the whites traced back to them, and if there was any information that you could give that would be helpful, I would appreciate it. I of course would be willing to give something in return, as I know that this is, the currency of things, but yeah.
I know nothing regarding that, but I'll see what I can hear.
Thank you.
What I will say as far as my thoughts on the Ventru is that they're Ventru. They're going to do what they're going to do, regardless of what the rest of us think. And if there is some involvement, and I'm not saying that there is, but if there is, then it doesn't surprise me that they'd close ranks.
Makes sense. Just for the, sake of, I only ask this just for the sake of being thorough and, I guess, diligent. I can't investigate the way that my fellow coterie members can, nor am I great at combat scenarios.
Can you
So,
not investigate the way your coterie members can? Can you not talk to people?
well, that's kind of what I'm saying. I can investigate in my own way. So that's what I'm attempting to do here.
Well, continue to do it. I think you'll find that sometimes a pleasant smile or a well-timed hand on the shoulder or even just a careless white lie can get you sometimes farther than spending weeks poring through files or old records.
Thinks back to Aaron.
Toreador gonna Toreador, man.
Yeah. Noted. Anyways, I know you're a very busy woman. Again, I appreciate you for going out of your way and taking the time out to speak with me. I will take what you have said to heart, and hopefully I can do you and my sire proud.
I'm glad that we discussed things today. Oh, are you going back? Will you be going to see Rini anytime soon?
I live with her, so
I-
probably.
I don't think I have her number. Could you just pass along a message for me?
Sure. What's up?
Just tell her. Tell her that I am so glad that she is a member of Clan Toreador.
I will pass the message.
Oh.
Can I
What does
I
that
know my
mean?
insight isn't super great.
Yeah,
I'm just
go
gonna
ahead,
wits.
Star. Roll
I'm
those
just gonna
two
wits.
dice.
Fuck,
Don't
I forgot to
forget,
do
you
this.
can-
Can I rouse wits? I'm gonna rouse wits.
Yeah.
I get hungrier, which brings me to hunger numero 3. But this is fine. Wits. That's like a 2 added. Yeah, 2 added. Ooh, okay. Crit 5.
You hear her words, and you find it a little odd that she's telling you to pass that message along, because from what you've seen, it's not like your grandsire and Rainey have talked that much. And it's not like your grandsire's taken a vastly particular interest in Rainey. And it's strange that she would bring that up to you. It doesn't feel like something
feel
that she
malicious?
would say. It doesn't feel malicious, but it doesn't feel. You feel like there's something hidden in that. Almost like there's a hidden meaning in those words.
I'm gonna clock that and just say, yeah, I'll pass that along. Was there anything else?
No, I suppose that's it for now, though I will keep in mind your offer to help me out with things. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure I can find something for you to do.
Of course. I appreciate it. And with that, I will bid her farewell and leave.
As you
Oh boy.
as you leave out, we will shift and move back to the library as we see Lucian and Zachariah.
No. They were actually going to leave.
Oh, you guys were going to leave. Okay.
Zachariah has invited Lucian to come see his feeding ground. It might be useful for him, so
Like right now.
if you would like.
Sure, might as well.
Excellent. Did you drive here, or
No, he didn't drive here.
I have a driver. Come.
All right.
And they will take him to Pierce Clinic, which is a rather nice medical facility. Does Lucian have any knowledge about medicine or science?
Softly broad, but probably at least a bit. He does have one dot in academics, but
Any dots in science or medicine?
science, yes. Medicine,
Science,
no.
you know,
No.
science, you would know this place is associated with like a lot of experiments on people, like sleep apnea tests, that kind of thing. So he'll take you in, and he'll find a nice, unsuspecting, sleeping individual, and with a 7 success roll on his hunt earlier, we'll just take a bite, drain a little blood, and you'll also notice that there's a caffeine ivy. And then he'll adjust himself, clean off his mouth. He's very careful not to get anything on his clothes. And then he'll follow, my office.
Sure. Yeah. One thing that Zach probably would clock is that Lucian pays a bit more attention. Like Lucian's eye does get drawn to anesthetics in particular. Like whenever that's in play, he sort of sits there and goes, "Oh, interesting. Okay."
I'm vaguely aware. I know you have a preference towards the sleeping, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, just a bit.
I thought I'd make offer. I have a rather large group of individuals that are sleeping at these times for studies. And from the size of this facility, you would know he has a 5-dot herd he can share with you.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay. Jeez. Yeah, Lucian just sort of like he's rolling it over, thinking about it. He's like, well, I mean, it would be kind of nice. It is a bit outside of my usual areas.
If it's too clinical, it's too clinical. It's not for everyone, but it's easier for me.
Yeah, clinical's not a problem.
It's easier for me to make sure they have the necessary things in their blood to keep me in a good mood.
Yeah, makes sense.
Do you have anything like that? Cocaine?
Luckily, I've mostly managed to dodge it myself. It's always a bit iffy if I try to not overuse the knockout needles when I can, just
That's fair. I more so meant in your mortal life, was there anything you itched for? Mine's caffeine. It's a vice of mine. It always has been.
I smoked. Don't anymore.
I have some smokers if you miss the rush.
I'll keep it in mind. I
But
appreciate it.
I'll also let you know if you wish to avoid old habits.
Honestly, probably for the best.
Lucian, I understand we've just met. I believe I have a resource that may be very useful to your predicament with Charlie.
Eyes narrow. Okay.
I'm in possession of an item. A gift from Prague before we left. If you would like to view your memories and show them to other people, that can be arranged.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I really appreciate that offer. Probably not necessary. Kinda already got around it one way already.
Certainly, but if it's proves an issue, we have a backup server.
Good to know. Yeah, no, I kind of managed to get around it by implying other things.
I thought I'd make the offer just in case.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. No, it was specific wording, so you live by specific wording, die by specific wording, you know.
It is the unofficial 7th tradition. Don't get caught. He smiles. I've been looking into the white that possess celerity. If you'd be interested in joining me, I'm conducting topological surveys to figure out where it could be hiding, as well as other methods.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's track this one down.
Excellent.
Let's deal with this guy.
Excellent. And he'll, for the downtime activity during the week, they'll work together on that.
All right. And as that scene fades, we're going to shift one last time.
Oh boy.
As Rainey and Aaron leave IKEA. I got a question. Do either one of you guys carry purses?
What the
I wanna
fuck do I need
say
a purse
Rini-
for?
Rini carries like a messenger bag.
As you guys are walking out of IKEA with your candles and your meatballs and your bunches of organizers, as you guys are making your way out to the car with your hands full of stuff, from around the side of the building, somebody with a hood pulled down will run up on Rini and try to grab the messenger bag.
Oh, how delightful.
Rini holds on to the bag.
Could you please give me a... Would that be Dex and Ath or Strength and Ath?
I think it might be.
Death and axes.
Dex and Athletics, not Death and Taxes.
No, I said death and axes.
This might not be good. Rini might lose that bag.
I mean, really, what's in the bag?
What's in the
Her wallet.
box?
Oh, I'm fine. I got you.
One success.
With one success, you hold on to the bag. As you can feel, he's trying to like jerk it out of your hands.
Aaron just goes right behind him.
I'll say,
Tells me-
can I do something real quick?
Yeah.
I want to memorize. I want to like gently touch his hand at the one on the thing. And just pretty much say, just stop that.
Okay.
I think I have to roll 2. What do I have to roll for it?
I don't think we have-
Ooh, boy, the first time you ever used a discipline.
Oh, there we go.
It's the second time. Technically, it's the second time.
Wow, I mean,
She's
yeah, so
memorized.
what do you say? You don't need to roll.
Okay. Yeah, just like like a stern mom, like stop that.
Um,
She don't know.
Sam.
Like,
You'll
Stop that.
see the guy will just like look at you like and stop pulling on the bag.
I'm gonna pull my bag out of his hands.
Aaron will turn him and say, forget using club memory and push him
Yeah.
away.
It was just a reaction that he took her back.
Is he
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
just like gets pushed away as he like stumbles, kind of like stops for a minute, blinks around, shrugs, and just continues on his way.
I say as soon as Reedy realized what she does, like, oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done
No,
that.
stop. In the truck.
Okay.
Quickly. She'll get it in the truck and she'll go, what you did is fine. That was a mortal. I told him to forget, as in he kind of forgot what he was doing, and he's going to leave us alone so we can get in the truck and go. You did good. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you.
Yeah, me.
You defended yourself. It might have been a puny human, but this is fine. This is the first step into learning how to be the defense against the Rini attackers. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, you good?
Mhm.
She'll make sure she pulls out one of the candles or raspberry sherbet. Here, smell that, and she will drive home.
I'm gonna pretend this is the candle. But
That is a
Delicious.
lovely candle. It is very delicious.
As
Well, she
you
told me
guys
so good.
begin your drive home, Rini, give me what's awareness, please.
okay. Give me one moment. I should know these numbers. I should. I always want to double check. Okay. Mm, 2 successes.
With 2 successes, as you guys are driving away from the IKEA parking lot, you can kind of see that the man who had just tried to steal your messenger bag kind of goes around the corner and walks past somebody else, and for a moment, Rini, for just a moment, you see somebody that you haven't seen in a very long time. As you catch a glimpse of a familiar face. Before they fade into obscurity. And that's where we're going to end things for tonight.
Whoa! Boy.
Ah,
I just want to add one
Cliffhanger,
more
let's
quick.
go.
I want to add one more quick while she's looking at it. Do I know who it is, or
Oh, yeah.
is it not the fun guy?
It's always a fun guy.
It's not the fun
You'll have to
guy.
find that out next session.
Ah, because I was gonna do like
No,
okay,
next
she's just
time.
gonna gently touch her collar, her neck collar.
All right. Players, please plug yourselves and the things that you like to do.
I am Eris Von Jabberwock, heir to the Jabberwock name. I was in at the Simitsi, and I am a Twitch streamer who likes to play just about anything. You can find me at Twitch at Eris Von Jabberwock or on Twitter at Eriwock. Are we doing roses and
Yep, Roses, Thorns,
Roses.
XP.
got it? Roses definitely Rini's like the segments with her, the role playing. You did great.
Yay! Yay! Thank you.
Like the emotion was generally like getting me.
Oh
Aw.
yeah!
Thorns, I still feel like I'm not good at like planning ahead for myself. Like I get like through the scenes, but I don't try to like plan for what's to come. And bonus experience, Rini.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Good touch.
Alright. Moving on. Fen!
I'm Fenwick Alcester, the Demon Moose, and I was playing one of the Coteries Malkavians, Lucian. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Fenwick Alcester. And let's see, Roses, Thorns. Roses, yeah, the moments with Rainy was just like fucking amazing.
Oh yeah.
Let's go. That was great. Thorns, I really don't have one. This week went fantastic. I don't have it. Extra XP, yeah, Rini.
Thank you.
All right.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi.
No, go.
No, you. You
No, I was just gonna say your name.
Oh, okay. Fine. I see how you are. Hi, I'm Junie Von Esch, Gift of the Brock Nation. He can be found here and everywhere else on Twitch and on Twitter and a whole bunch of other apps because I live on the internet. Fuck real life. You can find me on here. You can find me on the RPG table. You can find me on my actual channel, which is Junie Von Esch. And you will find me also on Ravenous Archons and Mixed Sapper Studios. You will also find me as a mod and Cajun Knights, a Discord where it's a play-by-play server for all of your World of Darkness needs. Oh, roses. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thorn. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Special rose. Purple glittered pens. Special rose. Rini. I will say Thorn, total sus Toreador, not Lily, her great grandma who doesn't know how to do shit, which is the total truth. And I would say normally my E for everyone, but Rini gets this one.
Aw.
All right. Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I play Rini, the Salubre. Also the adopted Toreador, which may now not be adopted Toreador. We don't know how that's going to end up.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
You can follow me on TikTok at k.k.novak. I put some segments of my writing down this week. I'm probably going to be focusing on either Swords and Daggers or Water of Ruins. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. Roses and Thorns. Roses. I just love how everybody was like more like accepting with Rini. I was expecting like, oh god, Rini, so blueberry kind of attitude. But it's really great. Especially everybody's getting like Rini into like a little bit of a surprise spin because she's expecting aggressiveness or like mean. So it's fantastic that everybody's like, we'll protect you. We're going to take care of you.
Lily might be saying fuck Rainy.
We'll see. We'll see how that turns out. Rini will probably like it's your choice. It's fine.
It's your choice.
Thorns.
Don't feel.
That's how you can hate me. Thorns, my stupid mic. Just not catching Rini's voice as much. I want to say extra XP. I want to say everyone because it was just a fun session. It was really fun.
All right. Do you want to plug Kerrick's stuff? I know he's not here, but
Yes. If anybody wants to watch or see some amazing model painting, right now he's working on Warhammer. But you can follow him on Instagram at Kerrick_the_painter. He is really amazing at artwork, and he usually, well, no, the painting, and he will update almost every day. So follow him. He needs it, and he sends his condolences for not being able to join today. We love you, Kerrick. Get better.
We love you.
yeah, feel better, Kerrick. All right.
Hi, I'm Lily, and I was playing Star tonight. You can find me at twitch.tv/stardust_shimmer. I'm a Unicorn Princess VTuber. This is out of order, but fucking you can catch me also on Twitter where I shitpost at stardust_shimmer. You can also find me here on Fridays at 8:30 EST where I play Teresa. A totally normal person. Yeah, not a murder bot. But yeah, thank you.
Take a moment.
Take the water.
Sorry, you're muted.
You're muted. Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Rostramars. Hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
there we go.
Hello.
There you go.
Hello.
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 There you
There
are.
we go. All
Uh,
right.
There we
Roses,
go.
Roses, Thorns, extra XP.
Oh yeah, roses. I think the RP was phenomenal. Thorns, non-existent. Extra XP, no surprise. Rini, welcome to not being a Toreador anymore, because Lily's gonna say fuck you. Okay.
So get out of the house.
All
I know
right.
Aaron owns the house.
Zeus.
I'm totally not joking.
Hi there, I'm Zeus. I storytell over on Cajun Nights, where I am your mage and changeling expert. Additionally, you can catch me on the RPG table, where I no longer play Robin Bird.
Hashtag too soon.
Rip.
Rest in
Oh.
peace.
Yeah, pop, not rip.
Pop, block, and drop.
Spoiler.
Yeah, stop spoiling. God.
But Roses, I gotta give it out to Reedy for the just raw emotion they did. But genuinely, there was really great RP around the table. Like, I genuinely liked watching Annette's scenes, Lily's scenes, Aaron taking like charge of handling it, Rini and Annette. Like, interacting with Lucian was great.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, there was just some genuinely brilliant RP around the table. And I gotta give it. And for extra XP, I'm gonna give it to Rini and Liliana.
Aww.
Aw, thank
You're
you.
so sweet.
Alright. And I'm Psymerc. I've been your storyteller for this evening. As always, you can catch me Friday nights right here as I play a smart soft boy wizard. You can also catch me on the RPG table, but not for the next month. We are going to be taking a little hiatus here. Following the death of Robin Bird. We're in mourning. But be sure to check out the RPG table. We will let you know when we go back live in September. Outside of that, Rose, great session. Everybody did really good. Thorn, God, stupid. Can't even remember the name of the system that I'm running. Stupid.
Stupid idiot.
Dumb idiot. Reedy, go ahead and take that extra XP for the day. You did a phenomenal job with this reveal in your character. It was kind of a big moment for you, I know. So definitely take that extra XP. Once again, just as a reminder to my players and to my audience, no game for the next 2 weeks as life is happening and shit's going on, and some people will be at Gen Con. Gen Con. How many times can I say Gen Con and make other people jealous? I don't
Find
know, at least some
them.
other time.
Tell them that
Gen Con,
Rini
Gen
sent
Con.
them. Give them a cookie.
Oh yeah, if you see me there, give me a cookie.
Sai,
Yeah.
if you do this anymore, I'm just gonna ruin my financials more and somehow figure out how to show up regardless.
I've already told you. You can, like, come crash in our Airbnb. Have at.
Ask for an autograph.
Don't ask for an autograph, but I'll take the cookies.
If you
Give him a
ask you
cookie.
for an if you ask them for an autograph, let me know and I'll compensate you for the hospital bills.
Wow, I mean, I'm not gonna kill people for that. I just like, God, you might get an autograph on like a piece of trash or something, but like I just don't sign it. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great rest of your night, and we will see you when we come back in 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
Have a good night. Bye.
Goodbye.
You're awesome.